Hi guys, this is Starseed Mentality, back at you again with another video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about why I think the educational systems theory, or the out of Africa theory, why I believe it is fake. Okay, so let's get started, y'all. So what really triggered or inspired this video is this video that I did right here when I explained how African people or black people were the original inhabitants of Israel, okay? And when I explained that the Arabs and the Jews aren't the original inhabitants or inhabitants of that region of the world, okay? And so today we're going to be explaining how and why I think African people, or how I think African people inhabited every continent of the world. And if you do not know, you know now that you can trace African people on every continent in the world. Okay? And so that is what this video will be explaining on how that even happened and how I don't think the out of Africa theory has anything to do with it. Okay? And of course, before I explain my own thoughts, I do have to explain how in the educational system, first of all, they explain the out of Africa theory to explain that how Caucasians or Mongoloid groups were created. So they created the out of Africa theory to explain that melanated people all come from Africa, and then they left Africa and got stuck behind some ice glaciers and got faded or became Caucasians, Mongoloid, and because of these extreme cold conditions behind this ice glacier, their whole genetic structure changed. I don't necessarily think that's true. I think that, they call it the out of Africa theory because they really don't even know themselves. Okay, hence theory. Okay, it can't be debunked. And so that is what we'll be elaborating on. And, again, I think that, the out of Africa theory is also trying to explain that all melanated people come from Africa and then spread all over the world, okay? When I don't think it's a good idea to assume that, these other 7 continents were empty and melanated people, your so-called melanated people or African American or Black American population, there was just nobody in these regions when we left Africa and went to these other continents, right? So, therefore, I think all of these theories are incorrect, okay? And it is my belief that the melanated race, okay, that we call today Black Americans or African Americans, DNA gene pool is so old that you can trace it back to Pangea. And so the image kind of got cropped out, trying to fit it on TikToks, cropper. But this image right here is Pangea, and this shows how over time, 100 million years ago, how these continental plates, there were floods or whatever, and of course, Pangea broke, okay? And of course, my theory is that we can say that African people, our gene pool is so old that we were walking on Pangea. And of course, when these continental breakage happens, this is how we get in America, in Europe, in Asia, in Africa. This is how we get to, all 4 corners of the earth. It is also my theory that these ancient ancestors of ours rediscover their lineage in other parts of the world, okay, or there are people like them in Africa, in Kemet, right, the Kemetic Kushite Empire. They rediscovered that there are populations that look like them across the world, okay? And so that is what we call Naga Maya, or people across the water. That's the etymology of what the word Naga Maya means, people across the water. And it was more than likely to denote the Kemetic and Black American connection to each other, and the Black Indians that we had all the way in America already, our connections to the Olmecs, the Aztec, and the Mayans being of African descent, okay? And the alliance of Kemet going into America. And then, of course, there's also the theory that America is what they used to call Older Egypt, right? And it was originally where America was the old world. And so, there's also that theory too, okay? And so, again, this is just to denote how there are African populations on every continent, okay? If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on my content. And with that being said, stay tuned for part 2, where I take the out of Africa theory a step up. We're going to talk about the esoteric connections that we have to Pangea, okay? And with that being said, I love y'all. Pata. Peace.